introduction, and thanks to the organizers for having me this evening. I know it's the last session of the evening, and the last thing you want to do on a very sunny afternoon in Mumbai is to listen to a long lecture on how change should be brought about. So although I have a 50-slide deck, I assure you I will make sure that you don't stay here beyond 4 p.m. Okay? Making change stick. Now, many of you wonder, what is making change stick? It's simply that a lot of organizations, and well, a lot of us as individuals, in and of ourselves and our families and societies, have tried to bring about change. And every time we do that, we find either we fail, or it's awfully difficult, fiendishly so, or that we think we have brought about change, but in actual fact we have not, and things go back to status quo ante. So we make a distinction between making change stick and making change happen. A lot of change is foisted on us and we have no choice but to accept it, particularly at the rate at which societies are changing today. Okay? Willy-nilly, we are dragged along by the forces of change. Oftentimes, however, change is sought to be introduced in organizations, in societies, and so on, and families, etc., etc. Okay, by forces that we can't necessarily control, whether we like it or not. And that's when the problem arises. And in the last 20 years, the pace of change has been so dramatic that there's not a single organization or individual anywhere in the world that has not undergone a change experience of some sort or other. The larger the organization, the more complex it is, as we all know. And today, large corporations define business and the global economies. Many of them think they've brought about change, but they actually haven't. Change doesn't quite stick, it doesn't endure, it goes back to status quo. Half-implemented programs, wastage of money, and so on and so forth. So what our organization did, because we play a critical role in change management programs, and we've undertaken every consulting project that we do, regardless of domain or industry or territory, anywhere in the world, is a change project. Every truly successful consulting project is a change project. No matter what kind of project it could be, a technology project, a strategic change project, a mergers and acquisitions project, a business valuations project, whatever you think it is. If you actually think about it, it is a change project. So what we did as a firm was to look at the major projects that we undertook across the world over the last 2 decades and said, look, what are the learnings from here? We spoke with the clients themselves and all those involved. Some of them may have left the organizations, we tracked them down and spoke to them and said, look, what actually worked and what not worked? What are the learnings, and can we distill some of those learnings and form what we might call guiding principles and some tools and techniques around those guiding principles, so that when we bring about change and we assist clients in change management programs, we actually tell them, these are the principles and tools that you should use if you want this change to endure. Okay? So that's what's meant by making change stick. A set of guiding principles, and of course for us practitioners in PwC, those guiding principles are supported by numerous tools, case studies, templates, frameworks, and all those good things that consultants are good at and known for. Okay? Now, first of all, you must remember that not all change is progress. Change often happens, but not all change is necessarily for the good. And it is not possible at the start of a change process to really say whether the change will result in the outcome that we seek. But woe betide a chief executive who has any doubts about the change that he wants to introduce. He will surely fail. Okay? But the message therefore is, before you embark on a change program, make sure that you're convinced that it's going to bring about change. Otherwise it will bring about a great deal of pain, but very little success. Now, not all change is progress is a statement that I don't own. I'm not the author of that statement. The person who actually said it was one of our foremost jurists and lawyers, Nani Pakiwala, years ago. Okay? Not all change is progress. So be careful before you embark on a change program. Not 4 o'clock yet. Not 4 o'clock yet. I press the end button. That is change of a kind. Alright. Guiding principles. These principles are very simple. They are not necessarily novel. And as a consultant, I find it so challenging to tell my clients that what they need is something that is effective, not something that is new necessarily. Oh, but this is not new. This is not state of the art. You're behind the times. So often, do you want an effective solution to the problem, or do you want a fashion and a fad? And very often, I must say, clients prefer the latter to the former, okay, because they have to keep with the times. Okay? So these principles are not fads and fashions. They have stood the test of time, and they characterize successful change programs. What are they? You need to explain to people why you need to change. A powerful business case, that's what it is. Vision clarity, the clarity of the end state that you want to achieve. And if you're not clear about what that end state is all about, it's hard for you to get hundreds and thousands of employees across the globe to accept, internalize, embrace, participate, and evangelize the change.